We are recording. So speaking of the proof notebook, I think I have 2 of them out of 6, which is fine because they're not due until noon. All good, no problems. Are there any last minute questions on the proof notebook at this point in time? No. Okay. This is a horrible question to ask over Zoom. It would not even be great in the classroom, but we'll try it. Even if you're not quite done with the proof notebook, what'd you think? This is the first time I'm doing this project. So feedback from you, while not helpful for you this semester, will potentially help other students in the future. Good, bad, waste of time, helpful in pulling stuff together, good culminating project, why are you making us do this, somewhere in the middle. Any feedback that you want to give me? Anybody have any feedback on the proof notebook that you want to give me? Josh has a thumbs up, spectacular. All right, Grace?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. If we had a cumulative exam, that would have prepared me for it. Like, I think it made me remember things that I hadn't remembered. I liked organizing it.
Okay.
And that was satisfying.
Okay. Was it helpful that I was in your ear all semester reminding you about this?
Yes.
Okay.
The last week to do it, but yes.
Even if you did take the last week to do it, have you been kind of keeping a list or marking off proofs that you might want to include all the way along, or no? I've got some notes. Okay. Apparently my encouragements that way did not help either. All right.
But your notes were perfect for it. Like, I was able to follow my notes exactly just on what you did, like the definitions and stuff. So that was super helpful.
Okay.
I liked
Good.
it.
Lauren, Alyssa, any other comments, things you want to say about it? I'm hoping that it was a productive project and not a ton of time spent at the end of the semester. Yes? Maybe. Lauren is not sure. Alyssa, you looked like you wanted to say something.
I actually, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't think you were. No, go ahead.
I was just going to agree with what Grace said, where I felt like it was a really good way, too, to just help prepare for the tests. Because I even, for a previous test, I know I did, a chunk of the proof notebook before taking that test, and that was just a really good refresher. And I would say I don't think it took too much extra time, finishing it up. I felt like I enjoyed it.
Okay. Lauren?
Well, I actually saved it for yesterday, unfortunately. And it took me 11 hours, which kind of sucked. But that was my responsibility. Overall, I'm so glad that we had to do it, because it really was, everybody else said, just really good cumulative measurement, of what was going on. I felt like I kind of wrapped it up, and I'm going to probably keep it forever.
Okay. And that's
I'll take it to the interview.
Okay. That's the comment is good too, that it was a good review for you guys. That helps me in terms of how I want to frame it the next time I teach this class. This is something that maybe you want to go back and do after each test or before each test to kind of review the techniques that we have on the test. That's good feedback too. That helps. So, okay. But, yeah, go ahead, Lauren.
I was just going to say, I was talking to my mom about it yesterday, and she said my sister did something similar, but there was a check-in every once in a while, just kind of show me your progress, formatively, nothing too big, but that might be helpful too, just to make sure people don't do what I did. So, to say.
Okay. I go back and forth on that. On the one hand, it would be helpful, and sometimes checks are needed for accountability. On the other hand, you guys are college students, and you have the responsibility for managing your time. And it isn't like you didn't get it done, right? Yesterday was maybe a horrible day, but you got it done, and there you go. So I go back and forth on that. I will take that into consideration, though. Thank you for the feedback. Anything else that you want to say about the proof notebook? Like I said, you guys are my guinea pigs. I appreciate you being my guinea pigs. in more ways than just the proof notebook this semester. But thank you for letting me be my guinea pigs. Any other comments on the proof notebook? You can certainly put them on the course evaluations as well, but any other comments? Okay then, speaking of the course evaluations, you should have gotten an email with those in it. Yes, that came out. Yes, you're nodding at me. Yes, okay, good. If you could, it would be helpful to fill out the course evaluations. I can't remember if I said this to you on Wednesday or not. I'm sorry, I've lost my mind of what I've said to which classes. There are questions on there about online instruction. Hopefully, I will never have to use those answers again. That would be good. I would really like to not have to use those answers, but it would still be helpful to hear what went well the second half of the semester, what didn't, how we did, how stuff is going, etc. So I will also send out that link. I know you have it, but I'll send it out this afternoon. It's just evals.wlc.edu. But if you could, please and thank you, that really helps a lot. If it makes you feel better, I took an online class from MLC this semester, and I have to do my class evaluation. So mine is slated to be filled out this afternoon. If I can fill mine out, you can fill yours out. How about that? Okay, you should have gotten your chapter 12 homework back via email this morning. Yes, good, all good, okay. Little tiny things. I did want to, just because there were a couple of LaTeX things that everybody, I don't want to say did wrong, that's a little too strong, but you can make it look prettier. So I wrote them on there, but I just want to talk through just two things. Some of you had, like, for example, I'm going to make this up, I don't know what it ends up being, 3 parentheses 1 over x squared plus 2 parentheses plus 2. And the parentheses were little, right? Like if you look at them, they aren't big enough. You really would want this to look like 3 with big parentheses, 1 over x squared plus 2, and then plus 2. The second one looks way better than the first one, right? The way that you do this, if you want to, instead of just a parentheses, put a slash in front of each set of parentheses. You have to pair them up. Otherwise, LaTeX will burp at you and say, oh, you have a starting parenthesis with a slash. You have to have an end parenthesis with a slash. Now that I say that, I'm not sure that would right. It might be left and backslash right. Try both of those. I thought it was this, but now I'm not positive. But anyway, if you put these inside dollar signs, then they will make the parentheses big as they need to be for your fraction. So that's the way to get parentheses to be appropriate sized as opposed to just the regular normal size. Either backslash parenthesis or backslash left parenthesis and backslash right parenthesis. Now I'm not sure which it is. That's why we're talking about this. Okay, and then the second one I can't demonstrate because I can't write in italics in here, but everybody had natural log of x and natural log in italics, which is great for the x. You want the x to be in italics, but you don't want the natural log to be in italics. If you look at that in a textbook, it's going to have the natural log in regular normal type and then the x in italics. So the way that you can get something, you do want it inside dollar signs, but the way that you get something inside dollar signs in regular normal type is backslash text. So backslash text, natural log, and then an x outside. If you want a space after it, and this you'd have to play with and see, you can also do backslash text natural log, and then I'm intentionally leaving a space inside here, and then an x outside. So that will put a space between the natural log and the x. You can put a space inside it basically creates a text box inside the text box as well. So you can look and decide which one looks better. Do I need a space or do I not? But that's the way to do this. It's also kind of nice if you want just a regular normal space inside of LaTeX math type, you can do backslash text, and then you can just put the space in there, and that will put a space in between some math symbols as well, if you're looking for a space. So that was the LaTeX code that I wanted to show you. Again, it wasn't wrong. Nobody did it wrong. I'm just pointing out ways, and I didn't take points off, but just pointing out ways that you can make it look a little bit prettier. So anything else? Other questions on chapter 12 homework? Good. All right, it's just a little bit of homework for chapter 13, not a ton. And remember, that is due on Monday at noon after the exam. If you want to turn it in early, that's great. It's up to you. But Monday at noon for the very last homework of the semester. Anything else, questions before we do a whirlwind tour from chapters 8 till the end? Anybody, anything other logistical questions? Okay then. Whirlwind tour, here we go. I'm at my standing desk and I don't have quite enough space to balance my notes. So here we go, starting with section 8.1. So remember that chapter 8 was set theory proofs, right? I'm actually gonna pause my recording here.